Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Achieving Alpha and welcome back to another episode of Smart Money Analysis for today, that is 9th of June 2021. And if you are someone who is an old follower and has been following this particular series for quite some time, you must have heard me saying to stay cautious in the last few weeks probably. And there were a lot of reasons which I discuss every day with you guys. So the net long in index futures was clearly looking overbought. There was almost non-existent shorts in the system, and the activity in the stock futures was not looking very good as well. And I also told you that whenever a fall will come, it will be a sudden and a rapid fall, and that's what you saw. Almost 100 points, Nifty fell in one single 15-minute candle, more than 100 points. We'll have a look at the intraday chart to understand what happened. But that's what I have been saying, right? That you had to stay cautious because I'm pretty sure that in today's numbers there would be some sort of a reduction in the index futures net long position, or maybe some sort of a selling in cash market. But anyways, we'll have to see and try to figure out what that is. So that's first thing. And also, there was a lack of participation from the FIIs in this rally throughout. Although you might argue that since the last 4 or 5 trading sessions, the FIIs have been looking, positive in the cash market, and in the derivatives also, they exited a lot of the shots last month, that is in May's expiry, in loss. But anyways, they can cover that sort of a loss even if they exit, let's say, 1 or 2% of their portfolio holdings. So that's not a very big issue for them. And the reason behind doing data analysis instead of any other sort of chart analysis or something is that we can't do analysis in an unbiased way. So a lot of people tell me that so and so guy or so and so YouTuber is saying that the market is going to go up or it's going to go down. See, we need to understand, and it's a known fact that a person will be biased to the kind of position he has, right? And that's the reason that whatever I say, I try to back it with data. Because see, there is no point if you are coming here and if you are listening to my biased analysis, there is no point of doing this, right? So that's the reason that we always try to emphasize on data, and I try to keep any sort of bias out of the equation. So with that being said, let's try to analyze the option chain and look at the charts to understand what happened. So this is the option chain. Very first observation, clearly you can see a lot of unwinding. A lot of these people were too confident who were writing puts, and FIIs were basically out of this and they were writing calls. Yesterday's data, I did tell you that the call shots have been increased from the FIIs, and you can see massive unwinding from the put side. Now the question is that what is a credible support as of now? So I would like to bring you back to this particular chart, and I had been saying that this particular trend line will act as a very good support, and that's what you saw, that we took support exactly at the trend line, and then we bounced back from here on. So still, this trend line will act as a really good support because this is a trend line that we have been following since March, and that's how it is. So this trend line will still be a good support, and also this level, which is 15600, happens to be a strong support according to price action. Another interesting observation is the formation of this rising wedge on a 30-minute time frame. So you will see that this rising wedge was being formed, and Nifty gave a very good breakdown with a big bearish candle here. So this was another confirmation to sell. And basically, if I show you the Fibonacci levels on a daily time frame, so these are the levels which you will see. So the next support you can expect as per Fibonacci comes out to be at 15411, and then you can see the subsequent supports for yourselves according to Fibonacci levels. So keep this thing in mind. So the volumes are quite significant. So it's the highest volumes in the June series futures that we had seen till now. The RSI has shown a bend from making a high of roughly about 72.34. It is finally looks like it is giving up. But again, what will happen ahead, that we will understand once the data is out. So data will help us decipher what's happening. The only positive part that you can consider out of this is that even though the markets were showing some violent down moves, the VIX wasn't increasing that much, although it did make a high of roughly about 15.74 throughout the day. But then again, it cooled off and it has closed below 15. So that is the only positive thing which I can see here. Talking about the intraday charts, so this you can see for yourselves, such massive red candles. I mean, I think I have rarely seen, I can't even remember when was the last time I saw a 15-minute candle encompassing 100 points fall. It's like you can see, it's from 778 to roughly about 658. It's almost 120 points fall within 15 minutes, and it did not stop. We even breached 15600 today. and we took support at that particular trend line which I talked about. So this is not looking very good, and I did tell you that whenever a fall will come, it will be so intense, and 100 200 points will fall within minutes, and that's what we observed today. Bank Nifty was the weak contender throughout the day, but opening minutes it fell, and then it was a bear trap. So the people who thought they would short here were basically trapped pretty badly, and then those who thought that this was a breakout, then again you can see what has happened to these people. So the markets are pretty tricky and too volatile, to be honest, and a large part has to do with the SEBI margin rules. So that is increasing a lot of volatility, although SEBI said that that should decrease the volatility, but you can see for yourselves what's happening. That's one thing, and other than that, let's try to complete our option chain analysis. Sorry for leaving that in between. So the highest OI on the put side is at 15500, so that also happens to be a psychological support for Nifty. But the first thing that you need to look at is the unwinding. So even here some people have unwind their positions because the fall was something which should worry people, and you can see some really nice confidence of call writers. So you will see call writing on every single strike price above ATM, and that's a very healthy sign if you are a bear in the market. But let's see how do things turn up, and as of now the option chain is not looking good, and it is not good for the people who are bullish as of now. So let's see. The max pain is at 15700, so it's still intact, and the PCR is at 0.8. So I would not call this oversold yet, but let's see. Let's try to analyze the Bank Nifty option chain. Bank Nifty option chain doesn't have a lot of activity, but anyways, let's just do it. So here you will see no confidence, almost negligible confidence 1 day before expiry, because you see I have been observing that 1 day before the expiry, if at all the writers are confident at some particular level, they do short in heavy quantities. Like you can see 35,500, there is some a good amount of call shots here, which is 2.68 million. Whereas if you talk on the put side, not a lot of confidence is what I can see here. So even 34,500 doesn't even have a million contracts, and even 34,000 only has about 1 million OI on the put side. So people are not very confident about Bank Nifty. I'm sure that the PCR might look a lot oversold. Yeah, you can clearly see it's almost even below 0.5. So you can see to what extent the call writers have written the calls here. But again, be very careful, because there is a lot of call sides which is written, and the put side writing is almost negligible. So if at all a short covering happens, it will be a big one, and you can see some violent moves. If not, then you can see that Bank Nifty has been looking weak, and there is no doubt about that. And that's what I mentioned yesterday, right? That Bank Nifty was looking weak, and 35,000 was a kind of make or break level, which has been breached, and the closing has been around 34,800. So that's about option chain and the charts. Let's quickly glance at the global indices. So globally you will see weakness, not a lot of weakness. Europe you will see some weakness, particularly in DAX. So DAX has slide down from it was basically consolidating a lot for the last 2 days, and there was an inside candle on a daily time frame, but it has broken that. So we can expect some more weakness. FTSE is again looking very weak. US indices are kind of very much flat since the morning. Dow has been too flat, but now it's it has come in red. Although this is negligible, but still. And talking about the dollar index, so dollar index has slide below 90. That's one thing which you should observe. The concern is the Brent oil, right? The Brent crude has even crossed 72, and that's not very good for us because we import a lot of crude oil. Talking about the 10-year bond yield, that has also slide up even further down. So you can see that the strength in Nasdaq is demonstrating that. Crypto fell pretty badly yesterday, but now today it looks like it is and you might know that crypto is too volatile, right? One day it falls 10%, and the next day you see Bitcoin rising 5%. So that is the global cues. And yeah, let's have a look at the data for the cash and the derivative segments once that is out. So the data from derivatives seem to be out, and this is a little weird because generally the data for the cash market comes up first, but today the data for the cash market isn't out yet, and that for the derivatives is out first. So cash market anyways you can interpret easily, but derivative data, let's try to analyze what happened today. So first of all, let's start with FII. Okay, so the net long in index futures has increased, and this is a little bit of surprise for me because I was expecting that maybe the intense fall which came today was because of some of the reduction in the net long position in index futures by the FIIs, but they seem to have increased it. So this is positive because there's a fresh long build-up and plus short covering as well. So index futures looks out to be positive. Stock futures again, the longs and shorts both have been exited, but it's almost equivalent quantity, and so you will see that the net long in stock futures is minutely up by 0.04%. So it's more or less the same. Talking about the net long, so the net long is positive, but again, I have been repeating this for the last few videos and will still say that this is still cautious because as long as it is above 80, this is a cautious view for me. So basically, what caused the fall? Then that might be a valid question, right? So there could be two possibilities. Either this was a fall driven by the retailers, or if at all it was through institutions. So one of the FIIs or the DIIs must have sold a huge quantity in the cash market. So these could be two scenarios. Let's try to analyze the options activity. So options, you will see that the put shorts have been kind of intact by the FIIs. So one of the things which you need to note is that the unwinding which we saw today in option chain, FIIs really haven't unwounded their any positions. That's what we can see here. Talking about the call shorts, so the call shorts have increased by 2% or roughly about 4,611 new call shorts contract have been added. So overall this looks bearish on the option writing front. Talking about option buying, so both the call longs and the put longs have been exited from the FII side. So you will see that the call longs have decreased by roughly about 30,000 contracts, but the put longs, the decrease in put longs is more. So overall this looks positive, but this looks negative, and the percentage difference change is also roughly about 2% in both the cases. So options is looking neutral as of now from FII based on today's activity. But if you talk about the long term or basically the medium term, you will see that the put longs are more than the call longs. So that is again something which you need to be a little cautious about. And the call shots are more than the put shots. So that is again, something which is not very good. But again, this is a medium term view. So that's what you need to keep in mind. Stock futures is looking neutral. Index futures is looking positive, and the overall activity in options is also looking, neutral. So there is not much of a difference. But let's try to analyze the data from the proprietary desks and the retail traders as well, because maybe that is something which will, give us good insights. So pro, they don't have a lot of activity in index futures, but anyways, you can see that the data from pros is also positive. So you will see that they have increased their net long by 3%, and again here you can see some fresh long build up plus some short covering as well. And the activity in the options by pro is this is what you can see. So you will see that the call longs and the put longs are almost equivalent. The call shots are definitely more than the put shots. So you will observe that today both the pros and the FIIs have shorted calls. So this is what we can see. Interestingly, here comes the interesting part. So I think a lot of the shorts were basically the bearish move today. The client or the retailers have a good part in that. Why am I saying that? Because first of all, the net long in index futures is down by roughly about 2%. You will see some long unwinding plus some fresh short build up, and the difference comes here, right? If you have a look at the options buying activity, that's okay. This is where the difference comes. You will see that a lot of call shots have been added by the retailers. So one of the possibilities for tomorrow's expiry could be that maybe these retailers might get trapped, because if at all the FIIs try to trap or basically set up a bear trap, which I suspect that they will, because a lot of call shots have been added by the retail. So definitely they will try to stop hunt or basically make the retailers exit. So you need to be very much careful, because there is a possibility that a short covering might come in tomorrow's expiry. Anyways, that's the data, and this is what we can see and analyze. So retailers have made good number of short positions, because they have added new call shots and they have exited the put shots as well. So, and this is a significant addition here. This is what we can see here, right? So the retailers had a good participation in today's fall. FII seem to have almost negligible participation in today's fall. So I might not be that confident in going short, because the FIIs are still not having a lot of participation in the short or basically the bearish move which we saw today. That's one thing, and yeah, the only thing I would say is still stay cautious, because this is 85 and that's what we can see. Let's have a look if the numbers are out. So yeah, the numbers are still not out in cash market. So anyways, you guys can have a look, and if at all there is some heavy selling, then you can consider that to be the reason for today's fall. And if not, then we saw that retailers were the ones who were responsible for such a sharp fall. So that's it for our analysis for today. I hope you enjoyed this particular video. If you did, please consider pressing the like button. And if you're new here and coming here for the first time, subscribe to this channel for more such content. Thank you so much for sticking around till the end. Have a good day, take care, and bye bye.